Hello, my name is Xiomara, and this is my presentation on Hica. Um, the agency's address, phone number, and website are on the screen. Hica is a community development and advocacy organization that champions economic equality, civic engagement, and social justice for Latino and immigrant families in Alabama. To prepare for this presentation, I had the pleasure of interviewing Isabel Rubio, founder of Hica. She shared some of her stories, especially of how the idea of Hica started and its beginnings. And to summarize our conversation, she shared that her grandfather migrated from Mexico when Mexico was going through some tough times. Isabel Rubio grew up in Mississippi during the racial segregation and explained that she would always say that she would always go to Mexico but never identified as Latina. After going to college to major in history and working several different jobs that she disliked, she moved to Birmingham, and that is when she married a Latino man. While in Birmingham, she worked with individuals living in poverty and DHR. She noticed that there was also a growing population of Latinos in Birmingham that also needed help. She started asking what were the needs of these Latinos in Birmingham. So on April of 1999, that is when Isabella started getting donations. And with the small funds that she received, she started Hica. Hica was a small agency and began to grow in 2001. Hica has 5 programs. Um, the first one is mission support, which are more like the higher executives of the agency, such as the CEO, who is Isabel Rubio, but she will be stepping down and Carlos Aleman will be taking over starting 2022. Other persons that are part of mission support are like grant managers, data analysts, financial officers, and so many more of the staff that keeps Hica going. The next program is the Community Economic Development Program, or CED. They provide information for Latino and immigrant families to build financial stability. One big project that has going on and actually got funds for is the Camino Loan Fund, which are like microloans or small business loans. And the target is to create an inclusive economic growth by providing access to capital for Latinos, immigrants, and low to moderate income underserved communities through the Community Development Financial Institution, or CDFI for short. Some of the requirements for these loans would be that the individuals must be current business owners or launching a business, must have a valid social security number or ITIN number, the proof of income, 2 previous years of taxes, business loans, and permits, um, among other details that they need to go over. The next program is the Citizenship and Immigration Program, which provides low-cost access to legal information and naturalization services with an authorized immigration representative. He supports and empowers low-income Latinos seeking to apply for citizenship, as well as those who need humanitarian visas. The next program is Strong Families, and Strong Families serves as the first point of contact for those who go to Hica in search for information and are provided with references, both external and internal, in the programs of Hica. Some things Strong Family helps with are like case management, crime assistance, such as navigation of criminal justice system, assistance with protection from abuse orders, or assistance with police reports, bilingual counseling, and leadership for women groups, such as Joyas Latinas. This is a project that the Joyas Latinas are working on. The picture was sent through Teams to everyone at Hica. The Hoya Latinas group do art, learn resources, and embrace culture. Finally, Empowering Communities, which is the program that I am assigned to. The Empowering Communities program works through college and career readiness, civic engagement, and policy to bridge the gap between individuals and a better quality of life. In education, ECP supports students and their families. They provide services and information for first generation immigrant youth, documented or undocumented. The civic engagement work provides the community members, regardless of their status, to information of civic and political activities in city and state. Right now, I am working on the FAFSA clinics, which are set up to help students complete their FAFSA applications. I am also in charge of their education questions and answering them. Of course, I don't know all the answers, but I go and ask questions to any of the staff or the answers of look up the answers of any of the resources that are accessible to the staff or just look for the answers on the internet. And here is my field supervisor, who is Micaela Orr, and she is the civic engagement organizer for ECP. To summarize our little interview, one of the questions that I asked her was what made her so passionate about civic engagement. She mentioned her tia Coco, who was the most civic involved person in her life. Civic engagement isn't just voting, it is also volunteering or advocating for others. She also shared the stories of the Guerrero family who had just came to the US from Mexico and how her mother and aunt, or tia, how she calls her, her help them get on their feet. She also shares some future goals for the program, which are to divide ECP into two other programs, one that focuses on policies that affect the community, and the other to expand workforce and education. Although Hica was made to fit the needs of the Latinx community, they also help anyone that can use the help. A lot of the constituents that go to Hica are because of word of mouth or through outreach at events like Fiesta, where I participated this weekend. As a future social worker, um, I believe that my peers should remember that whenever you're working with Latinos that need any of the services, as I mentioned before, or maybe some new program that HICA can offer because their staff is always working on something, just remember HICA. A learning experience from Hica is that every day I always learn something new. I can go on from how to answer questions on the FAFSA or new rules on not really exactly new rules, but just the HB 56 in general and how some of the sections still affect Latinos, especially students today. And I can go on and on. There's always something new to learn every day. There isn't really a boring day for me at the agency. I'm actually testing well, I feel like education is just basically a new subject for me and it's something that I really never thought about before. So basically, the experience or the new experience is exciting to me. I think the greatest challenge would be, of course, the capacity of the program because only Micaela and I, which of course it's much more stressful for her than it is for me. But sometimes I have to figure out the answers to the constituent calls on my own. Of course, I go to Micaela and I ask her like if whatever I found is okay to give to the constituents. Um, but because we don't have the career and college readiness coach right now, that is one of the biggest challenges. But I think as long as I am there trying my best, I think everything will be fine. and so far everything is going well. So that is all for my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed and learned from this presentation. Thanks for watching.